Hello. That is a lot louder than I would have liked. And welcome. It is time for week 3 of the UBL season 3. Today we're not taking anyone today. We might be taking on someone today. It is 3 in the morning when I'm recording this, and we're supposed to be battling at 4 PM. Maybe we'll see if it actually happens. Okay. Basically, like, the day that I'm supposed to be battling is also the day that I'm having 2 wisdom teeth taken out. So, we'll see if actually a live battle happens, or even a battle at all happens. So, yeah. But we're taking on Drayden and the Baltimore Oricorios. This was not an easy one to prep for. So you can see their team on screen. They've got Dreadnought G-Max, Amoongus, Pelipper, Archeops, Togedemaru, Dewblade, Pileswine, Tapu Lele, Centiscorch, Hydreigon, and Haunter. And they are currently 2-0, just like us. So this team's actually really scary. We faced errors in the Fairfax for Alligators before, which was also a rain team. Can I just say I've gone against 2 rain in the first 3 weeks? And I'm using poor Colossal. He can't do anything against rain. Well, theoretically he could. Not in this rain matchup though. Just because Dreadnought's a little bit too fast for me to get any surf shenanigans done with Sneasel. And Aquajet's kind of not great when I'm in rain. So Colossal's a little bit out of that. But I still felt the need to bring Colossal because there's an Archeops, and if I don't bring Colossal, my answers to Archeops are pretty limited. My first thought was just like, oh, it's another rain team. I guess I'll just bring the same 6s I brought against the last rain team. And then I thought about it more, and I thought, Archeops can run through as my team. So I need to do something about that. Not only that, Centiscorch actually has way better stats than I thought it did. Like, you can see the stats down here. Like, it's got 100 HP, and basically the thing that threw me off was it has 90 special defense. Like, what? Why is it so bulky? Obviously it's Tapu Lele as well. Tapu Lele is kind of scary, but we do have answers to Tapu Lele. Hydreigon's pretty scary too. There's a lot of scary Pokemon here, but the main thing is that Dreadnought, the Archeops, Lele and Hydreigon, really. Amoongus, surprisingly for my team, is just that big of a deal at all. A team that I'm bringing actually really doesn't care about Amoongus at all. There's like I think more than half my team doesn't care about Amoongus, so yeah, like, then there's obviously Pelipper to set up the rain, and yeah, like, it's a bit scary. This was kind of an awkward one to build for, just because I thought I'd be fine just building, you know, like I did the last time against Rain, but I had to kind of switch things up a bit. And also, we got something exciting. I kind of didn't... how do I put this? I kind of felt a little bit more obligated to put a bit more personality into my Pokemon, and you know what? I thought it was about time. So, starting with this week, I'm going to be I've given nicknames to my Pokemon, and if you can think of something better for a couple of these, I would be more than happy to hear it, but for most of these, I think I am quite happy. Yeah, if for this week we actually have nicknames, and there should be nicknames that stick around, unless I get a better idea. So, let's start off with Horus, the Moltres. Zygoleri Moltres, it is faster than Jolly Dreadnought, with Fire Wrath, Air Slash, Protect, and Hurricane. Now, when modest, we've got enough speed, like I say, to outspeed the Dreadnought, max special attack, and a little bit of rest in HP. The reason why we actually have Air Slash and Hurricane is because this is a Pokemon that I don't always expect to max. It's a very likely max option, but it's not always guaranteed to max. So why not just have a different utility move on there? You know, like I say, I've expressed that I like running Air Slash over Hurricane. But why run both? Well, the thing is, max Air Slash doesn't KO max HP, max special defense, and Moongus, whereas max Hurricane does. So Modest Life Orb Max Airstream coming from Hurricane is enough to one-shot any Amoonguss that isn't owning a Focus Sash or a Cobra Bearer, which is very nice. So, we have that option. That's the main reason why it's there. I didn't think I would have ever been nasty plotting with this Moltres, and the only other option was maybe Taunt. I was considering Taunt on like a million things just to make sure Amoonguss wasn't doing anything, but yeah, like, I think it should be fine. And again, originally the plan was just to go Wheezing Moltres, but I kind of had to switch things up a bit. So, next up, we got Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. I felt this one was a little obligatory. Protect, Will-O-Wisp, Taunt, and Strange Steam. The speed is enough to outspeed a Pelipper with 4 speed EVs. And then we're going to just look at this immediately. This is for Max Steel Spike coming from Doublade. And Hydreigon Earth Power on the special side. So, yeah. Those are kind of what it went for. I think technically it can live... No, it can't live Lele. But it can live Dreadnought as well. Because the Steel Spike from Doublade is stronger than, like, Head Smash Macrox Fall from Dreadnought. And again, we're going with the goggles just like we did before. Because again, it's like, you look at the team and you go, Rain Sweeper, Rain Setter, Scary Flying type, Rage Powder Redirector, Terrain, Fake Out User. There's a lot of similarities between the two teams, like, on paper, but yeah. I'm going with Strange Steam because it does one-shot Hydreigon, which is very nice. Hydreigon's a very scary Pokemon. I do not want to deal with it. And Sludge Bomb wasn't really hitting a lot. It was going to hit Lele, but I'm going to hit Lele for decent damage anyway. Or just die, which is the more likely outcome. And obviously we want Taunt for the Amoonguss, Will-O-Wisp for the Dreadnought. You know, kind of standardy stuff. And Neutralizing Gas, obviously, to turn off that weather. So we can outspeed with our actual lead option, which is Roserade. We're actually leading Roserade. We are faster than our Moltres by 1 point. We've got Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Extra Sensory, and Dazzling Gleam. I will double check if Giga Drain is needed. But yeah. If I need Energy Ball over Giga Drain, because I will try and go Giga Drain. Otherwise, Natural Cure, I think we talked about this before. I'm probably just going to go Poison Point, because there should be no status that really is thrown around here. So I'm just going to go with the Poison Point. Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Extra Sensory, Dazzling Gleam. Originally, I was going to go with an AV variant, but I need the AV elsewhere. The original team, I did have an original team with Colossal, but I had to switch it up. Sash had to go on Roserade. Extra Sensory, I believe, is for Amoonguss. And then because otherwise I'm not hitting Amoonguss for that much at all. And Dazzling Gleam will one-shot that Hydreigon, which is very nice. Because, again, Hydreigon is very scary. Again, other option could be Sleep Powder, but I'm going to try and avoid using it for as long as possible. So, yeah. That is Roserade. I probably don't need the points here, but at the same time, this is actually... I was potentially thinking on maxing this, so, like, maxing it with a Sash isn't always the best idea, but, like, if I'm going to double its bulk, I may as well actually do the bulk properly. So, yeah, that's Roseform the Roserade. Next up is Tidal. I've always called my Vaporeon's Tidal. It's just something I've always done. We can probably look at some offensive calcs later, but yeah. Like, these are just max special attack at the minute. But Tidal... On the defensive side, I believe takes Rockfall, or like Head Smash from Adamant Life. If you see a defensive calc, it's against Adamant Life Orb, Dreadnought, just in case. But I think this was what I'm also going for. I live, oh, here we go. We got the Adamant Life Orb Head Smash being lived by Vaporeon, which is very nice. We've got the Citrus Berry to recover it off. We also take 2 T-Bolts from Lele, which is really, really nice. Skull takes out Archeops, which is always good. And we also take 2 Dragon Pulses from Modest Life Orb Hydreigon, which is really, really nice. It just means Vaporeon's super, super bulky. We can KO the Archeops if it needs to be, because Archeops is very scary. Dreadnought is stronger than Archeops, which is kind of why if you see Dreadnought calcs, just don't worry about it. Like, Archeops is there as well. And they have to be running Jolly Archeops, because if they run Adamant Archeops, they're not outspeeding Virizion, which is a very likely bring into this matchup. When we've got Scald Ice Beam again for the Moongas, just to make sure I've got something to hit it. So yeah, I don't think it's really for anything else. Oh yeah, Hydreigon as well. But yeah, and we 2-shot Centiscorch, just because Centiscorch actually has pretty naturally good bulk. 2-shot Piloswine. Yeah, don't think there's really anything else. Yawn Helping Hand. Helping Hand could have been Protect, but I kind of felt like if Vaporeon was getting targeted down, I felt like that was usually a decent thing because of the other offensive pieces can clean up. And Yawn's really nice. Shut down the Maxmons if need be. If Archeops maxes and, you know, I know Tidal's going down, then I can Yawn and I can just put it to sleep and then I don't have to worry about it. And then the bit that's kind of different from last time, we'll bring in our Reaper, the Dusknoir, with Mental Herb, because I really didn't know what else to give it. Like, I didn't need a Sash. Citrus Berry was taken. I was like, I'll give it the Mental Herb. The only other option was maybe a Culber Berry for Hydreigon. But this thing takes Hydreigon hits anyway. We've got Trick Room, Poltergeist, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split. With no investment, Poltergeist takes out Lele. Will-O-Wisp, again, nice for the offensive Pokemon. We've gone double Will-O-Wisp just because there's a lot of really scary physical attackers. Okay, mainly the Dreadnought and the Archeops, but like Doublades are kind of scary as well. And then Pain Split. Pain Split's really nice because this Dusknoir is very, very bulky. Probably see the calcs a little further down because I know it's the last thing I looked at. So yeah, like we take 2 Psychics from Lele and Psychic Terrain. We live Head Smash from Dusknoir plus the Sand damage, so like max Rockfall Head Smash. We take that plus the Sand damage and live. And as I say, we take out Lele. So yeah, we're really, really good on that one. We can burn, we can Trick Room, then burn. That's probably the better option. And we've got Mental Herb just in case they run a Taunt user. I don't know what they would taunt with, maybe Archeops. But that's really it. Like, I can't think of much that's going to taunt, but I don't really know what else item to put on it other than maybe a Culber Berry. And we take pretty much anything that isn't Max Darkness from Hydreigon. If Hydreigon's going to max, then I've got, like, 2 different fairy moves going around, so I'm not too worried. I've got two fairy moves and some pretty bulky Pokemon. Speaking of bulky Pokemon, we have got Blescav, Escav the Blescav, Blescav the Escav. This is where the AV ended up going to. Escav really needed this AV to make sure it could actually fight some of the more special attackers, mainly, again, the Hydreigon, so it could actually take Flamethrowers from it reasonably well. We've got Iron Head, Drill Run, Mega Horn, Knockoff, which is kind of like the standard moveset for Escav, from what I understand, when you're running AV and not, like, a Life Orb. Just Horus has the Life Orb. There's also, obviously, like, weakness policy stuff that could be done, but, yeah, and there's no way Horus is living any Max Rock Force from what's it called? From anything, really. It can't live anything. It really can't. Like, I tried, and it just meant then it didn't have the speed, and then it didn't matter. So I'd be like max HP, max speed, or like almost max speed with some bulk, and I'd have no offense. So it just wasn't worth it. So just went with the Life Orb there, that's why. And then as for Escav, yeah, Escav's really, really good here. It means I have a Pokemon that's just good against both rock types, really. Both the Dreadnought and the Archeops. I need a Pokemon that was good against both, and the bulk, I believe, is to live it says here Dynamax Escav versus Head Smash. This basically means I live a Head Smash from Adamant Life Orb Dreadnought, even without Max. And the Max Quake will one-shot non-Dynamax Dreadnought and 2-shot Dynamax Dreadnought. Or G-Max, I guess, because it is G-Max Dreadnought. which means it's not using Max Geyser and not setting up a rain for itself, which is actually pretty important here. If it was setting up rain for itself, it would actually be a lot more scary. Instead, it's setting up Stealth Rocks, and that's kind of like, okay, yeah, but you've got Rose Raid that has its focus sash, right? But Rose Raid is going to be a lead most of the time. The plan here is actually to go Wheezing Rose Raid and then bring Dusknoir Escav in the back. That's actually the plan, which is crazy that I'm bringing both my tier 5s, and they're both going to be part of my main plan. Obviously things can change if there's no Archeops. We're in a stupendous position. And I'll feel a lot better about this. Archeops is very scary. So basically we can now have a look a bit more at the offensive calcs. Yeah, that was the main one with Moltres. Like, we take out max HP, max special defense, and Mungus. And then as for Rose Raid, it takes out Lele, which is really nice. And then as I kind of saw, like, the AV really helped. And we take out Hydreigon most of the time with D-Gleam, which is really nice. And if we max, we're absolutely taking out Hydreigon, which, like I say, Rose Raid can absolutely max here. Escav's kind of a main max, because we're trying to see what they go for in the early game with Weezing and Rose Raid, and then kind of shut down whatever they have, like kill off Rain or whatever, and then bring our Trick Room in the back. That's the plan here. But if that doesn't work, or like things go on a different route, we still have Moltres, we still have Vaporeon, we've got our full good stuff core, plus our Trick Room kind of main part, so yeah. It's going to be really tricky. They've actually played pretty well throughout the course of the season so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the match. Whether we actually play today or if it ends up being another day, just because, again, I really don't want to play if my tooth is, like, actually, if my mouth is destroyed. But yeah. Oh my goodness, it's a 20-minute team build. It's all over again, huh? Well, it's almost 20 minutes, but yeah. But yeah, I suppose without any further ado, let's get to the actual battle, shall we? So I'll see you guys there. Okay, and we are back, and I will try to be quiet. Not because I want to be quiet, but because I have had 2 teeth taken out, I think. I think I was... I don't know how many teeth I was supposed... Well, no, I thought I was only having 1 taken out, but here we are. So yeah, we're going to be fighting Drayden. I'm a little worried. I'm also going to be speaking a little... I'm going to try and speak a little closer to the mic. Like I say, I may be a bit quieter and not speaking as much, but I've got my damage calc open. I've got my spreads open. So yeah, it's the pain isn't too bad, thankfully. It's just annoying, really. And I just can't exert a lot of pressure. But here we are. They did bring Archeops, like this is pretty much exactly what I thought they would bring, just no Doublade. Which is really nice. The question is what kind of... Actually, no, wait, there's no Pelipper. Interesting. There's no Pelipper, so they're not actually going for Rain. Do I lead Trick Room? No. I'm gonna go with my plan of Wheezing Roserade. Wheezing isn't as necessary now, but it's still good. There's something else I've just realized, which I'm not sure is how relevant it's gonna be. I'm shaking. Okay, so we've got Roserade. Okay. So I'm gonna just get my Reaper in. Not protect. That's not nice. It's the opposite of nice, actually. It's really bad. I think I should just lose the game, because I didn't bring enough answers to Centiscorch. I really didn't. I just didn't bring any answers to Centiscorch. For this game, that's bad. Okay, I need to rethink. There's no Moongus either, so that makes my goggles kind of pointless. I have a sash. I need to just do as much damage to this thing as possible. I need crit poison. Sun turns harsh. It's lefties, okay. I just need damage. Poison? There's nothing I can do. Oh, this game is over. Because I literally just didn't bring an answer to Centiscorch, okay. I literally didn't bring an answer to Centiscorch at all to this game, and I don't know why. Yeah, okay. So I need to think about this a little bit more. Okay, have a think. Have a think. Brain needs to work a little bit. I don't know what item that thing was. How do I want to do this? Because this really comes down to lead matchup. What covers the most options possible? I think it is Moltres Wheezing. I think it's Moltres Wheezing. And then do I bring TR in the back or no? I think yes. I think I'm going to bring TR in the back. And they're going Drayden Togedemaru this time. Okay. So I'm just gonna max Airstream. At +1 I still won't outspeed. So I'm going to try and go for this Drayden. That's very nice for me. Protect the Wheezing. Go for the Airstream. Bop the Sizzly Boy, which is great for Escav sitting in the back. Unfortunately I get no Berserk here, but that's fine. Another one of those will kill, but if I burn it, it won't. Archeops does come in. I should be faster unless it's Scarfed. This is really tricky. Goes for the Rock Slide, and it is, so that does confirm it's Scarfed. That flinch is not nice. That's really not a nice flinch, because that means this thing isn't burned. Burn this. So it's doing way less damage, we get up our TR. We can go for a Poltergeist here. And a Strange Team here. We live because of the burn. We miss. But Nana is in Defeatist, which is really nice. And we have an Escav. And protect itself while I Iron Head this thing. I'm not afraid of this. I'm only afraid of this Drayden. But I should put it down to a 2v1, so I risk a Mega Horn here. I have to. That's really, really good damage. Poltergeist takes that out. I knew he was going to have Max Flare, and that is enough. I think it's over. You know, Poltergeist missing, you know, doesn't really help. Yeah, they adapted well. I was really afraid of rain, and that forced me off of going with Colossal, which would have been really nice here. They missed a Rock Slide, but they got a really important flinch, which meant I took way more damage than I should have. Which was really unfortunate. Yeah, that flinch was really, really annoying, because it meant that this Togedemaru got way more damage on me than it should have. Well, okay, it didn't get way more damage, but it meant I had to burn it that turn instead of going for the Archeops, which really threw off my momentum. Yeah, I really couldn't get enough momentum there. And that Togedemaru did so much damage. So, but yeah, GG's. I'm not too upset about that. I think it's just some poor prep on my part, I feel like. I feel like I over-prepped for some things. I feel like I didn't give... I gave some respect to Drayden, but I just couldn't give enough respect to it, really. I felt like I was forced out of my hand pretty early. They made some good switches. I think I tried to rely too much on Escav here when I knew they prepped for it, so... God, if this was Colossal, it would have been so much better. But yeah, GG's. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next battle. So take it easy, everyone.